Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving infinite praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash, giving double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstones, shalom and salutation. To you, sincere Akims across the four winds, pushing this truth with sincerity of heart. I'm your fellow servant, Kasamagan from the DC camp, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Hakodash, to feed the elect. Now, in today's lesson, this was sparked up by some news that I got recently, and just want to go over it because it's the signs of the times. We're in the end times now, so the devil that the Bible speaks of, Edom Esau, is finally ready to unveil a lot of the secrets that he's been hiding from the average person that lives on the planet. As far as, the spiritual man is well aware of what's going on because the spiritual man is entrenched in prophecy. All right. And when I say the spiritual man out of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Everybody else, they're really in gross darkness. They don't know what the hell's going on. And when the government starts to release some of these things and they start to really give credit to some of the stuff that they denied as hoaxes for ages, is going to really shock a lot of people. And so now this is out of republicworld.com. It says NASA hires 24 theologians, including priests, to prepare humans for possible alien discovery. It says Reverend Dr. Andrew Davidson, a priest and a theologian at University of Cambridge, is among 24 theologians that to have taken part in the program, reported Daily Mail. All right. Of course, you've had a lot of instances of UFO sightings, so-called UFO sightings. And, we know the ones of us that's in the know, we know that the so-called UFOs are actual chariots. All right, they're called the chariots of Israel in the Bible. Okay, those are the only extraterrestrial beings that the Lord has created, man, outside of this planet, man. Those are the angels. And the thing is, Edom, Esau, and NASA, they've been aware of the existence of the angels going back to the very beginning. It's never really been. They always knew that coming out and revealing that information would give more credit to the Bible, especially more credibility to the book of Revelation and the return of the Lord. All right. And so that's something they had to hide until they felt like, they were in their mind ready to, I guess, call themselves fighting against the return of the Lord, Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Because these governments understand their governments cannot stand if the Lord returns, because the return of the Lord has to bring new rulership, new mindset, new government, new everything. And that means what's going on now, everybody that's in power right now will have to be taken down. And so they have to kind of prepare for that eventual time. And they know it's getting closer and closer. All right. It says U.S. Space Agency, NASA, has hired a British priest in a bid to understand how the discovery of extraterrestrials will change the way we see the universe. According to Daily Mail, Reverend Dr. Andrew Davidson, a priest and theologian in the University of Cambridge, is among 24 theologians to have taken part in NASA-sponsored program at the Center of Technological Inquiry, CTI. All right. And it says, it says read a full article. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make this extremely long. So basically, what's going on now is that you're going to have still, even though the government is going to come out and acknowledge that there's extraterrestrial beings, they're still not going to give you the whole scoop. They're going to manufacture and push the propaganda as if, it's actual just aliens living in a different universe or whatever that's preparing to invade the planet Earth from some, they're gonna make it seem like the way they make it seem in the movies, right? You're gonna have some crazy looking creatures and all that other stuff. So the whole earth should rally and be one and start fighting each other, and then fight this invasion, right? This extraterrestrial invasion. That's the propaganda that's gonna be pushed, no doubt about it. There's no way in hell the government or none of these governments are going to come out and say, hey, by the way, these are the angels of God returning, just like it was spoken of in the Bible. And the head and the leader of it is that man that you've known, that legendary man that you've known as Jesus Christ, which name is Yahweh Shai, which is he's coming back to deliver the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're not going to say nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And so prepare for propaganda, man. But that's why the prophets of the Lord are here. All right, we're here to expound on that and kind of give you the real scoop. So now, first, do you have extraterrestrial beings? As a matter of fact, let me go. Let me start with this. Is there such a thing as extraterrestrial beings? Yes. All right, they are the angels. 1 Corinthians 15:40. I'm going to start at 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another fishes, and another of birds. So like yourself, the Most High created different flesh on the planet Earth. All right. Now, this is going into outer space. It says, verse 40, they are celestial bodies. All right. Celestial means with the stars, the heavens. They are celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. We have terrestrial bodies, and then you have creatures, living beings with celestial bodies, all created by the Heavenly Father Yahweh. It says, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Right. The glory of the celestial is, purity, no disease, no death, none of this garbage. But then the glory of the terrestrial is all of that garbage. All right. So their glory is totally different. So now it says, well, okay, that's good on that. So that's the acknowledgement that there is extraterrestrial life. But what are they? You got to be able to know what they are. Now, as far as the appearance, it's not going to be no green goblin, green Martian looking, or any of these things that they have on ID4, Independence Day 4, these crazy looking things. I mean, now don't get me wrong. On the left hand side, you have all kinds of funny looking demons and all that. But we talking about the angels. All right, we talking about the angels on the right hand side. All right, but Ezekiel kind of goes into the appearance of the angels. All right, those extraterrestrial beings that are coming back to with the Lord to exact judgment and destruction and salvation. All right. So Ezekiel 1:5, it says, also out of the midst thereof. Well, actually, I'm gonna start at 1. Let me start at. All right, I'll just start at 1. It says the subtitle is the vision of 4 figures. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captive by the river of Shebar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of the Most High. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of the king Jehoiakim, if I'm saying it right, captivity, it says, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river of Shebar. And the hand of the Lord were there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. So this is when he starts to describe the arrival of these extraterrestrial beings known as the angels, the celestial beings. All right. It says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. All right. So that's why you see the bright lights. Sometimes the brightness is so bright, it's clearly different than your average star. And then sometimes you're able to zoom in with the right camera, the right stuff. You can clearly see the different color, the brightness in that fire. You can sometimes we've seen windows. I mean, it's there. They've been there. They've been there since the very beginning, watching. All right, it says, and the brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber out of the midst of the fire. It says, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures. So out of the chariot comes out four living creatures. All right. It says, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. There you go. So that tells you right there that the beings that are coming back, they have the likeness of a man. The angels have a likeness of a man. All right. Because they look like us. They look like the tribes. All right. The angels look like the tribes. It says, verse 6, it says, and every one had four faces, and every one had four wings. Now, if you're talking about the four faces of four wings, you got to get one understanding. If they have a likeness of man, how would they have actual four faces? Us, you know, the way we were created, no, we wasn't created with four faces. So what is that talking about? It's talking about the appearance. It's talking about, because remember, they have clothes, right? They have clothes on. They're not naked. They have clothes. They have ornaments. They have different things on them. Now, this is talking about when you look at their heads, they have helmets. Some of them, right? They have helmets, and this was going into those faces. All right. Now, we used to always bring this up, going back to the movie Chronicle of Riddick's, when you have what's that, Lord Marshall, Necromonger, and then you had that helmet with four faces. I don't think it was three faces, but then his main face made the fourth face. All right. So this is nothing. This is nothing new. You go into these are things that even men on the earth have worn. All right. But everything everything that's done on the earth, it tends to always be a reflection of what's done in the heavens. Men get their inspirations from the Most High. All right, they just don't do it as well as the Most High, but they guess what, they get their inspirations. All right. So going back, it says, and everyone had four faces. And it says everyone had four faces, and everyone had four wings. All right, and they have actual wings. All right, and it says, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. The sole of a calf foot is split. It's split, in the right there in the middle. But it's not talking about, because remember it says they had actual straight feet. They had feet, and remember they built, they are created like men. So why would they have feet like that? It's because they're wearing shoes. And when you're talking about the type of shoes, we always go back to the toe separator that the ninjas always wore. Those Japanese ninjas, those toe separator, they have that. And you can go into the ancient, like, I don't think I have it. I had it though, but it's not on here though. But I had it earlier. You go into some of the Russian icon, you can see the Archangel Michael. He's got that toe separator, those shoes. So it's again, that's what it's talking about. It's not talking about some creature with, Now I did want to bring these images because some of it is wild. They don't know what they're saying, but some of it's kind of slightly accurate. With the wings, the different faces, which is really one face, one main face, and the rest is faces on a mask or helmet, mask, however you may call it. But you have have actual angels. So they have actual wings. All right. So and it says in verse 7, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like sole of a calf foot, and they sparked like the color of burnished brass. All right. Right, because they are different shades of brown, just like Yahushua. We'll say what his color. He was under color of what, polished brass. All right. So you already know that they are brothers. All right. It says, and they had the hands of a man under their wings, right? Because they have actual hands, and then they have wings on their four sides, and they four had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another, right? That means the wings were kind of like when you cross your hand. All right. That's why I had this image right there, because sometimes they have the wings spread out, the angels. Sometimes they have the wings just crossed like that, like you cross your hands in front of them, And what else? What else? It says their wings would join one to another. They turned not when they went every one straight forward, right? Because the way they move, they don't have to turn around like we turn around to change. They actually, they just float, and they can go left, right, straight down without actually turning. Because they're moving. The gravitational pull does not affect them. So all the, it's just the glory of celestial beings. All right. Um, and then verse 10, it says, as for the likeness of their faces, right, those faces, right, those helmets, those masks, it says, they four had the face of a man and the face of a lion. It says they four had the face of a man. That's what you see up front. The face of a lion, right, on the right side, and the face of the ox on the left side. Therefore, also had the face in the eagle, which is in the back. So, but the face that you saw in front was the face of a man, which is their face. All right. It says, thus where their faces and their wings were stretched upwards, right? So two wings upwards, and everyone would join one to another, and two cover their body. So you had two upwards. That's why I had it right here. You had two upwards, and you have two covering the body. All right. And I believe those are cherubims, because you have to, they're different. You have seraphims and you have cherubims. So they differ in the number of wings they have and the how they look. But I'm not gonna go too deeper into that. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically, I'm gonna stop right there. But those are the angels, man. Those are our brothers. All right, so-called Negroes. All right, of complexion. But they, like I say, they look like all the tribes. All right, so Psalm 68:17. I'm going to finish with this. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. All right. And that's what's really going on. Not this garbage that NASA's trying to push out there, man. So just be wary. Hopefully you brothers, and also the few sisters that watch will edify. Like I said, could have gone a little deeper, but there's no need for that. Just had to touch the top of it. Kyle Halim Lai How Bashim Shout double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom salutation to you. Say Akim's calls for 4 wins. Cause I'm guy from a DC camp. Shalom.